What up, y'all? Waiting for a few of y'all to get up in here. As y'all come in, hit the like. My Knots hat. Stone is backwards. We gonna talk about it. Excuse me, y'all. Yeah, it's much better. I'm not even a sports fan, but I'm gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. What happened to Shador Sanders is a disgrace, man. And it just goes to show you that NFL stands for niggas fall in line. Tito was good. Reflections of light. Did you recognize me? Uh, so let's talk about this Shador Sanders thing, right? Totally disrespect and totally disgrace from the NFL. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Kid did everything stat wise to be a number one draft pick in the NFL, and because the quarrels and the hard feelings y'all got against his pops, y'all took it out on him. It's nothing wrong with being overly confident on who you are. See, this is the thing about society. They want to put a cap on how you should think, how you should feel, what you should say, what should you wear, how you should conduct yourself, but they don't play equal on a playing field. Like this that happened to Shador is not only power control, but it's systematic racism. Like, don't matter how much money you got, how much you be successful academically, you still just a black face to them. That's it. Tito, anybody that's acting up in here, get them out of here early. But yeah, what went on with Shador is a disgrace of NBA. And like I said, I'm not even a sports fan, and I can see reason why I don't partake in being a fan of sports on any type of way, because just the politics that's built around it, man. That kid deserved to 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 be able to reach his full potential, especially he's put the work in. It's not that he just come from a rich father or he's cocky or he's arrogant. He's actually good. He's actually putting up the work. And it just goes to show you, no matter how hard you work, as a black man, they always just gonna see you as a nigga. It seemed like they got it out. What I've been seeing the last year has just been uh attack on black men, attack on black men's legacy. We can't. It seems like you can't get too big. You always got to put a cap on your success or how you conduct yourself as a black man, especially once you get wealthy, because they know that the wealth controls a narrative. And if they can control your narrative, if your money can't win or help you out, what are we in society as black people, man? No problem. Thank you. May 3rd is the battle between me and Disaster, GFX. But yet, as a people, it don't matter how much money we get. It don't. It don't matter how much money we get, how educated we are, how talented we are. All society see is just a black face, and when we realize we just a color to them, we'll be better off as a people. We got to stop trying to buy into the people that don't buy into us. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't buy into major labels far as clothing and luxury brands. I create my own luxury. You know what I'm saying? We create the narrative on what's fly anyway, since the beginning of the time. But what's going on with Shador Stevens is it's a disgrace, and in the NFL, which I got against his pops is diabolical. Yeah, that's what happens when black men are overconfident. When we believe in ourselves, when we believe in ourselves, and we overconfident, when we actually good at what we do, they people take that personal. But if we was popping stuff and wasn't as good, that's the first thing they use again. He's so cocky and arrogant, but he's not good. Kid is good academically, kid is good athletically, and y'all still trying to hinder him, picking him at 144th when he was the top ranked quarterback coming out of his field, coming straight out of college, man. Straight disgrace. And I don't even watch football. And we don't own nothing. That's why we got to create our own athletic leagues. We got to create our own basketball leagues, our own football leagues for us, by us, FUBU. For that's what FUBU was for the clothing. It was for us and it was by us. But let me tell you something. If we support, if we supported FUBU and Sean John and Maurice Malone and Mecca and all these previous Nietzsche and all these black owned companies and Walkerwear, like we support Louis and Gucci, you'll see much more successful black designers. You'll see much more successful black. We don't have black fashion houses. We don't have nothing. We don't own nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's because once we get too good at something, they start digging into deep into your personal life and all that. Just like with Diddy, man. Diddy is a superior businessman. He created a lot of revenue for other people, and they taking what he did in his privacy of his own home and they using it against him. And I pray that he make it through this trial that he's going through so he can see clearly after all the smoke is after the smoke clears, he can actually see who's for him, who supports him, who's gonna be there for him, who's gonna stand up for him. Cause ain't nobody standing up for Diddy right now. Nobody standing up. We don't stand up for our people. What we do, we wait till something happen and we add and we antagonize the person instead of supporting them and helping them pull up. We love to kick each other down. Like I came to a realization in life that as black people, we do not like each other. We do not love each other. We do not support each other. Our biggest haters are each other. We do not support or like one another as a black and brown community. We got to get it together. And this is why the NFL is able to bamboozle our people because they know we don't have support. We don't have no leaders. We don't have nobody that's going to stand up for the BS. And that's what's basically going on. Yeah, the black folks sold it out. Yeah, they ain't have to. Yeah, Jay, what's going on? Yeah, Jay, they ain't have to deal with that. Yeah, we got to control our own narratives because at the end of the day, what we just seen this week, and you know what I'm saying, and it's just like what I seen this week is just a disgrace, just disrespectful. Put some respect on the Sanders name, man. That man, Deion Sanders, deserve, and his kids deserve because they work hard. Don't matter about their arrogance or how self confident they are. You know, let them do them. You know what I'm saying? But we've been dealing with this. We gonna always deal with this. As long as we don't support each other as a people, as long as we don't have no leaders, all our leaders, we find something wrong with them. From Farrakhan to Al Sharpton to to uh to this has been going on. Any of our leaders, they even our own black people condemn them. So we it's just like as a culture, as a people, we don't stand for nothing. And I want to shout out my guy Preem from the Real Rap Show. Cause I seen your piece on the Mark 125, and there was a lot of things that you put on to the Mark 125 that was kind of untrue. Yo, let me tell you something. For you to say that, and Preem, you my man. For you to say that 85% of the people that was involved in the Mark 125 was doing crooked or side business is not true. Very not true. There's a lot of prestigious black folks that made the Mark 125 the Mark 125 because of the stuff that they did for the community. It wasn't like, yo, it wasn't no, all right, cool, right? Minus the ones, minus the people that, you know, try to indulge in other activities within the mart. But I would say that's probably a five, maybe a 1%. Everybody, it was bookstores in there. It was incense spots. It was jewelry stores. It was clothing stores. It was leather stores. It was food. You think they was selling weed out of the jacket store? You think they was selling weed? It was shout out to Elf and them that used to do the airbrush, the guys that used to airbrush the shirts. People was in there actually making an honest living. Nobody, you think people would get a business to conduct uh to get a business to conduct illegal business within a business for the community? Nah, that wasn't true. Supreme, that was not true. That was not true. And to tell you that, because I was there, my grandmother used to sell fabric on 125th for almost 2 decades before she died, maybe 3 decades before I was even born. She was a part of that association with the license for vendors and all that. And me and my cousin used to be going to the Mark 125 every day, and we didn't see that. We didn't see drug dealing, and we was in cahoots with everybody. My man Kadam Moms had a African hat store in there that where she designed dashikis and African garbs and stuff. Shout out to Blue Black Man Jewelers. Um, like I said, the airbrush, the Jamaican restaurant upstairs. There's a lot of people. The nail salon in the back. It was a lot of people. Now, not saying that the community of the hustling community wasn't partaking in coming to buy or support the mart. I'm not saying that, but it wasn't no drug dealing going on at the mart. And weed, come on, bro. You made it seem like it was a bad thing. You copped the weed, right, bro? You bought the weed. Like, why try to condense something, especially from Harlem, that was predominantly a good thing for black folks to make money? When we, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people took what they created in their minds and took what was, you know, what they can create to create revenue for their families. It wasn't no drug dealing going down in the Mont 125. And at the end, when it closed in 2000, it was only open from 1986 to 2001, and a lot of the people that owned that property wasn't black, but it was they was just hiring a lot of black folks. You know what I'm saying? They seen the opportunity to where they can get some revenue from it too, so they opened up a big establishment in 1980, 85, 86. But that wasn't like, nah, man, you didn't see that. You seen bookstores, you seen African hair braiding, nail salons, barber shops, you know, piercings, stuff like that. You never really seen no drug activity going on in there, Supreme. So I feel like, just like sometimes people just, um, you know, exaggerate, because that's not what was going on in the Mark 125. After a while, people stopped even going to the Mark because of the leaks and the plumbing and stuff like that. It really didn't really have nothing going on with the activity that was going on in the Mark. My man Courtney, father had a black owned shoe store in the Mark 125. He wasn't selling drugs inside the Mark. The airbrush guys wasn't. The lotion lady, the CD store, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what was going on. And if and for you to put what one person might be there on a whole community of entrepreneurs wasn't right, bro. And that's what I say about black people always condemning. And for you to say if white people, you know how many white establishments that's not going on right now? You know how many white establishments failed within the pandemic and nothing but black people survived? More, more, you know how many black urban clothing lines was birthed within the pandemic? So why is it always, yo, if the white person had it, the Mark 125 will still be there. White people own it. Why isn't it why isn't it open? Black folks don't own that building. So I just be wondering why people do stories and don't fully do their full research. And they go off of a one life experience. I grew up in the Mark 125, and you didn't see that type of activity in the Mark 125. I don't know if the Apollo Theater. I'm gonna have to do my research and see if it's black owned, but we don't really own nothing. And they demolition all the all the landmarks, all the famous predominantly black places in Harlem that just got plaques up now. They condemn Lennox Lounge stuff that's supposed to still be here, landmarks. You ain't even supposed to get rid of the landmarks. But like I said, but I hate when as black people we always down, yo, if the black man, if the white man owned it, nah. You know how many black, you know how many white owned establishments that I seen fell in the pandemic? I remember walking uptown through the pandemic downtown because the trains had stopped working at 3 o'clock in the morning. I had to walk to Harlem. You know how many establishments I seen closed down that was a lot of black folks was spending their money in and they not there no more? What happened to Giuseppe? People don't even wear Giuseppe. But yeah, what you seen in that? What you seen in the NFL this week was systematic racism and control of our people. We have no say so, and we really have no leverage. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, like, and it's crazy, like, for our children, like, we work so hard to provide for our children and set standards and put them in a great position in life. And you can't do that without being confident about who you are. People will always have a problem with you when you really understand the person who you are. When you receive when people start to notice that you know who you are as a person, they always want to put a dim light on that. You know how many people that I was connected to that I've personally took time out to support them, and they shit on me because they want me to dim my light when I come around them. You know what I'm saying? But use that same light to to illuminate what they got going on. I don't understand it. Your mother have a low IQ. I have a very high IQ at that. Yeah, black, like, yeah, Natasha Love, just like that guy Johnny Ho. He's exactly what he is. Get out of my box. Letting the guns go. But yeah, like I said, we don't support one another. We condemn. We can't wait. We just sit back and watch and can't wait till us to fumble something that we got going on that we work so hard for. That's why I don't even say music that I don't like or music that I don't like that's not for me is whack. It's just not for me because somebody likes it. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody like it, it's not whack to them. So I just be saying it's not for me. But systematic racism is always going to be around, especially when it comes to money. Until we get some control on the infrastructure, until we can, until we got control over the infrastructure of these corporate companies, we're never going to win. They're going to just look at us as a black face, just as a nigga, and that's it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my terms, YouTube, but you know what I'm saying? We don't have no control. They control YouTube, they control the algorithm, they control everything. But black folks, we make everything hot. We make everything hot. They take everything that we create and like with Dapper Dan, shout to Dapper Dan. Dapper Dan took Louis and Gucci and took it to where Louis and Gucci never take it. They sue him. They put him out of business and take all his ideas and they recreate them, and nothing but black folks buy in to nothing but Louis Vuitton instead of going to Dap getting the Gucci and the Louis done. They go like Why y'all not? Why Louis and Gucci didn't hire Dapper Dan when y'all consistently take his designs? Nobody ever wore monogram clothing, especially Louis and Gucci, before Dapper Dan did it. All that, all those jackets. Nobody like Louis Vuitton didn't make clothes until Dapper Dan started making them. So y'all put the black man out of business, and then y'all take out the okay. Now we gonna take his market, and the black folks is gonna buy into it because that's the type of stuff we like. They know, like the other side know what we like, and they know we gonna buy it. This what happened. Why you think everybody's broke now? Because everybody was buying all these labels up in the pandemic, wasn't buying no property, wasn't investing, didn't even create their own brand to become a powerhouse. They spent it in these fashion houses, and now they broke. And the clothes is out of season, and they trying to pawn and get rid of old pieces that they can't wear no more from 5 years ago. But y'all spent 18 to 20,000 in the spots instead of, you know how many urban brands or streetwear brands from your own community that you didn't even buy a hat or a t-shirt from, and they actually got dope apparel? I just released on Valentine's Day. I released the Love Seat 5 song EP. You can get it through my Cash App. My Cash App is $ XORIBEAR, which is Zori Bid. It's on no DSPs. The only way you can receive the new music is through me, direct to consumer. Right? All right, so y'all say Desto Dub, he created a brand, and it promotes addiction, right? Okay. He created a brand to a aesthetic of the people that actually drink syrup. And there's a lot of people that actually wear an awful lot of cough syrup and never even drunk cough syrup because just they just like what it represents and they just like the fashion. I see it as taking a negative into a positive as far as he could continuously still be selling lean instead of selling clothing. You get what I'm saying? I see him turn a negative to a positive. He can be continuing saying cough syrup to his people instead of clothing. Instead of calling a clothing brand an awful lot of cough syrup, he could be actually selling the cough syrup. So what would you rather have him do? Sell a clothing on call, awful lot of cough syrup, or actually selling the cough syrup to get his people addicted? I'd rather get them addicted to the clothes and the fashion and to the actual substance. Let's get the likes up. It's 31 people in. It should be 31 likes. We're cooking tonight. Let's get to the Club Shay joint. What's going on with Club Shay? It's just another thing. It's just another um thing that's taken that's supposed to be in the comfortability of your home. Like he's being condemned for basically conducting into adult activity, which that people which the same thing that Shay did or do is the same thing that major these a lot of these guys that own these major facilities and these companies and these networks conducting every day. But when it's a black man doing it, especially um when it comes to being involved with a white woman, is we're always gonna look bad, bro. That's why I tell everybody that's in here, if you ain't seen the Emmett Till movie, go check the Emmett Till movie out. It's on YouTube, it's on Tubi. It's a very good tale. TILL. Yo, and they just show you that we as a we're never going like I want to see it today I want to come to the see the day when a black person actually means something to society, and I mean to our even to our own people. Ain't no Ku Klux Klan in Harlem, but we look like the Ku Klux Klan every day with a shiesty on, looking for our ops, and we killing each other. Yeah, I don't. A lot of people don't even get the concept of what's going on right now. What's different from us putting on hoods and disguising our face, killing black folks, than what the Ku Klux Klan doing? We're just doing the work for them, and this is something they systematically created and controlling for us to do to one another. Until we wake up as a people, we're gonna continuously kill one another. We're gonna continuously filling up their facilities. We're gonna continue uh filling up their funeral homes, they cemeteries. Cause don't no black folks own these cemeteries and these facilities that's holding these black folks. Nothing for your demise is owned by us, and we stay contributing to our own demise and to other people's wealth. You know what I'm saying? He offered 10 mil. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what we gotta start like. Yo, bro, this is the thing. You know how many beautiful black women it is out here? We always choose to go to the other side when we become successful, and then wonder why our black women treat us and act the way they do because they never feel like the prize with black men. We got to start treating a black woman like a black queen. We got to start treating them with quality and substance. We got to start quitting them, start courting them with integrity instead of material objects. You know what I'm saying? That's why the black woman and the woman nowadays are so materialistic, is because of what we use to bait them. Instead of baiting them with love and actually affection and stuff, we bait them with purses and shoes and pocketbooks and jewelry and trips and stuff like that. And when you can't provide that anymore, the relationship won't last. If you build a relationship with material things and you can't provide that material lifestyle no more, that relationship will deteriorate quicker than you know it. The relationship is only built off of what you're doing for somebody, and you can't provide that same service anymore, that same service, you will not have that relationship. And I've learned that the hard way in life, man. And we live and we learn. You know what I'm saying? I don't just come here to talk rap. I just come here to talk life and come build with y'all. You know what I'm saying? He's acting like a carrot. I don't know, you know. But what I do know is that we gotta be more careful as a people, man. We gotta get it together. We gotta start building some things to where we got some control because we don't have no control over nothing. Yeah, it's like sometimes, man, we fall in love with people that don't actually love us. We fall in love with the idea of something can be good. You know what I'm saying? And my best advice to that is just like play the game the way it's meant to be played, man. If you know you in like like it's hard to tell what a woman wants nowadays because of the image that we get portrayed it by and get jaded by every day. Because it get to a point where I don't even go to my Instagram no more because I know the first 90 pictures is gonna be a girl showing her frame. That's not when a man. It's intriguing and it looks nice, but at the end of the day, what you got up top? What can we build a foundation together? Can we actually build a family? Could you hold down a household? Can you cook? Can you clean? Are you hygienically um a par? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that come with a woman, not just what she look like. You know how many girls that look good but smell bad? You know how many women that look good but smell bad? And that's the reality. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Deion Sanders and Shador, man, and becoming a member like. And then this is the thing, right? I'm seeing Shador celebrate. He's being picked at 144th when he knows he's number one. That's just showing you the integrity in a man and how he was raised. He wasn't bitter. He still celebrated. He still joined a organization that's not even basically for him. I want to even see him do good. You know what I'm saying? Like the NFL, like I said, it stands for the N words fall in line. You know what I'm saying? That's what NFL stands for. And you know what I'm saying? Because, we break our back. We be some of the best quarterbacks. We be some of the best defensemen, linemen, and all that. And we still don't get the respect due just because of the creed of our and the culture of our skin and where we from. You know what I'm saying? And it don't matter if you graduated with honors or you achieve academic achievements or it don't matter. It's just like you just a smart N word to them. You just a smart black face to them. You just one of the many few that they fear. The black man is always gonna be inferior to some. You know what I'm saying? Just because of how we move and we so strong. You know what I'm saying? We're strong because of our ancestors went through so much, and we are continuously to go through the same things that we've been going through since the 1800s. You know what I'm saying? So until we figure out as a people how to keep it together, we are going to still be on a losing field. We're still going to buy into these corporations that's not for us or care about us. They know we the number one consumers of any product that's of any luxury because they know that we'd rather look like we got some money than actually have some money. So when we change the narrative on that, that's when we're gonna fully get in control of our destiny as a people. Not even as in life. As a people, we are gonna get more control once we start to realize that these organizations, these foundations, and these companies that we buy into every day is not for us. You know what I'm saying? Anything in life that's worth something or that helps you in life is frustrating because there's always gonna be a loophole. Always know that. Yeah, man. We going you know what we seen this week was disgraceful, disrespectful. That's what happens when a black man is super confident in his abilities of what he can do in life. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know why it's like that. Why we don't want to see each other win. I don't know why we don't want to see like me. I be happy. I congratulate like my man Sos. He just got shout out to my man Sos. He just got a brand new BM, and I congratulate him because I'm truly and happy to see my boys achieve stuff in the right way. You know what I'm saying? My boy bust his ass. He go to work every day, and he got him a good luxury car. You know what I'm saying? And it's and my niggas, my dudes rather, my brothers. I see a lot of my brothers trying to change their life for the better instead of just staying intrigued by what the the street life have to offer. They actually know it's a life out there out of that you can achieve these same things that you can achieve doing illegal activity with. You can actually achieve really busting your behind, getting out there and just getting to work. You know what I'm saying? Consistency beat everything. All you have to do is just keep working. Well, if he isn't that good as a football player, we'll see when he get to the Browns. And and what I know about the Sanders, not even being a sports fan, I know that that family they thrive off of being an underdog and achieving and being the top dog. And once they go from the bottom to the top, they going to gloat, they going to brag, they going to do everything that they supposed to do because you have naysayers. And there's nothing better than proving a naysayer wrong. When you prove the naysayers wrong, that's when you better off. Like, I understood this without me. If I get into a verbal or altercation with a person or over the internet or something like that, right? I know as long as I feed into it, I'm gonna give the energy towards it. It's gonna keep going on, and but if I step back and don't give it no energy, it'll die out. That's what people don't understand with the internet and the power of the internet. You gotta learn how to fall back from it. You gotta learn how to not add fuel to the fire because you can add fuel to the fire to your own demise. You know what I'm saying? Because people don't play on the same playing field as you. Some play dirty, some play with their hands clean. But for the most part, people play dirty. So once you know what type of person you playing with, and you know what type of person you playing with on a playing field, and this is anything on life, as long as you you interact with that energy, it's gonna keep going on. But if you pull back and you don't add no energy, anything will die out. You know what I'm saying? And then anything will die out. You just gotta fall back. And the best thing I can say from that is even with the big meat situation, he just didn't say nothing. Like I'm not gonna say nothing. Like yo, I'm gonna tell y'all, I ain't what he ain't going and do a bunch of interviews. It was like after a while, that whole, you know, people done ate off that on YouTube. That whole situation and died out now. Now they talking about Shay. Now they talking about Shador. Next week it'll be about something else. A few weeks ago it was about and me and Bezel. Now all that's like you don't give into energy and you leave that shit alone. Stuff will die out. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm not giving anybody any traction anymore. I'm not giving nobody no energy anymore. Negativity. It is what it is. Past, the future, it is what it is. Can't erase time, can't erase what happened, can't erase nothing. You gotta just keep going on. You just gotta be consistent in life. It ain't even about being consistent on YouTube or nothing. Just being consistent in life and just working towards something better. And once you get that, just wish everybody the best. You know what I'm saying? Wish everybody the best, and keep a clean, pure heart. And, try to erase some of that bad karma. You can erase some of that bad karma by doing good deeds. You know what I'm saying? Karma is a form of energy that that it recycles itself when you keep adding on to what karma is. But once you start taking some of that bad energy and creating good energy and good surroundings and atmospheres for yourself, you'll be more successful. The people around you will be more successful. You'll wake up more happier and just and appreciate the small things in life, because the small things in life, that's things that actually get you through your day. It actually gets you through to the next plateau. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate the small things in life instead of just always looking at the things from the overhead. Look at things as, so I don't see it as a failure. It's a win-win, man. Everything not gonna be everybody. Everything is not gonna end as a fairy tale. It would have been good if we would have seen him pick in his ranking and his status for what he worked for, and to actually see him achieve what he was sought out to become. But sometimes the story don't end like that. You know what I'm saying? And like I be telling people, I didn't have the best rap career. I didn't have the best rap career. You know what I'm saying? But well, my contributions to what I did is more significant than anything that I've ever could have achieved in the music business. I didn't get super rich. I made some money. Um, I've achieved some things. Like, so I don't really look at I don't when the reason why a lot of people are discouraged about their achievement, because they look at other people's achievements as bigger than what they actually achieved in life. Me, I never did that. So I'm not content, but I'm also not satisfied. But I'm respectful and I'm appreciative of what I've achieved in life. And once you get that into your mind of what being thankful, you'll start getting more blessings. You know what I'm saying? Stop always looking for the big win, and just look just look to sometimes just look to score. It's good to score, even if you just score 1 point, 2 points. You add it on to a win. That 1 point made us 1 point closer to a victory. You know what I'm saying? So stop always going for the big score. You know what I'm saying? Just score. You know what I'm saying? Add on to the win. You know what I'm saying? You don't always got to take the last shot. You ain't always got to be the star player. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be a part. I'd rather be a bench player and be a part of a winning team than being a bench player and part of a losing team. You know what I'm saying? Because one day the coach might be like, "Yo, it's your time," and be prepared for your time. When you get off that bench, show out, put on. Like I said, you school, people might never thought you would even get any playing time on the floor. When you get time on the floor, make that shit count. Get an assist. Do a fly pass. Score if you can score. But always know, if you're a part of the team, it's bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? It's an effort. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, just try to score. Scoring is good. You ain't always got to go for the big one. Score. Because once you learn how to score, you're gonna learn how to win. And once you learn how to win, you're gonna learn how to create a formula to winning. It's a formula to winning. It's a formula. People will tell you, no, no, it's like this, not. It's a formula to winning. It's a formula to it. And and the reason why it's a formula to women, because once you create your realm of how you want to win and how you like to win, it's all up to you. So it's a formula. Put your formula, get your formula together. And it ain't gonna come overnight. It's gonna take years to make moves, man. This I heard Tracy Morgan say that on the Breakfast Club. He said, yo, it take time to make some moves. Might take you 10, 20 years. But when you bust that right move, it's gonna be worth a lifetime. And you can sit back and put your feet up and control your own destiny. And that's when you start to enjoy life. Yeah, and what happened to Shador was basically punishment for what they always wanted to do to his father. But him coming from the Sanders family and a good upbringing and a good backbone and having uh, self confidence is going to outshine and overlook all that. He's more talked about making pick at 144 than the one that actually went for the number one draft pick. I don't even know and it's crazy. I don't even know who the number one draft pick was for the NFL. But I know more about Shador. Like I said, I don't follow sports, but this was a real interesting story that I've um, paid attention to over the weekend. And I was just like, yeah, they gonna always play dirty because we don't control nothing. You know what I'm saying? We don't control nothing, but we the ones that make everything. We make the world go round. We created and invented some of the most things that we need every day. You know what I'm saying? From transportation to communications, we created it. Black folks, to hair products, to the straightening comb, we created a lot of things that make everyday life a little bit better. But it's the big corporations that's actually benefiting off of it. Let's create our own uh, clippers and hair products and hair equipment and stuff like that. We have the smalls. We've been creating it. They just taking our patents and making billions of dollars off of it. Like I said, we've been here for a few. Thank you for tuning in to next time. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, shout out to the Sanders, shout out to Shador, Dion, and the whole Sanders family. Keep y'all head up. You know what I'm saying? Don't matter if you got picked 144th when you got picked one, you got picked. Like I said, it ain't always about the big achievement in a fairy tale. It's just about scoring sometimes. And until next time, peace out. 100.